Hi there. In this video we'll be looking at environment variables. Now, as you know, between your dev, test and production environment you're probably pointing to a different back-end system. So at the moment, if we look at this web project and you look at the system I'm connected to, it's one static system name, but I'm publishing this project to many environments. You might have also set some deployment properties, which can be done in this file here. So there's a couple of ways of doing it, but at the moment between my dev, test and production they're all connecting to the same system. The actual deployment properties that you use in here you can actually use within the hub. So here's my hub. So in the development environment, if we edit it, you can set some properties down here. So in here I'm going to set my system name, the port I'm going to be connecting to, and also whether I want to use SSL or not. So this particular back-end system here, I'm using port 992 and I'm using TCP/IPS. Scroll down to the bottom and then press OK. And then repeat that for your test environment. So here you can see that I'm connecting to this particular system, except this time I'm using Telnet on port 23 and it's not secured. And then repeat this for production. And you can see very similar, just a slightly different system name. Okay, so let's go to the web applications. I'm just going to deploy again. Just select everything. And then press the deploy button. As you can see, that's now deployed. So let's just try those URLs and see how they behave. So let's take development. Okay, so we're connected to ALDMZ01, which is good. Now let's take test. Test is connected to LSDev72A. And lastly, let's take production. So that's LSDev72B. So there we go, one project deploying to multiple environments with slightly different configurations. Okay, so in the web project, I'm going to make a very simple change. I'm just going to change the sign-on web page. Just make a couple of changes. Okay, so just put video test into the title there, and I've just changed the sign-on button to red. So let's publish that back to the hub. Okay, and looking back at the hub, you can see the latest version is now 1.01. If I drill down, you'll see I've got a version of 1.01 and 1.00. If I drill down on 1.01, I can also set a description. So give that a description so I can see that. So looking back at the top level here, you can see now I've got a label on that. Now I'm just going to deploy this just to the development environment this time. Okay, and we're going to leave test and production as it is. So let's just launch again. And as you can see, video test, sign on, and then if we switch to the production one. So what I've done, I've just gone down to instances here and then go to web servlets, and I can just get the web servlets. So you can see test and production. Let's go to test. There we go. So test is still green. And if we go to production, production is still green. One final test I'm going to show you is just a hot fix. So what we're going to do is we're going to leave this one open. Actually, not this one. We're going to leave the production one open. Okay, so that's currently green. Okay, and we're going to log on. Okay, and we're currently here. What I'm going to do, I'm going to go back to my web applications and we're going to deploy to production. Obviously it's going to deploy 1.01, which is the color where the button is red. Okay, and then we're going to launch that. So you can see this is the red button with the video text. But if we go back to the other session, you'll see it's still signed on. So hot fixing enables you to put fixes live during the day and it won't affect current logged on users. Obviously if I log off, you'll see it's got a green button, yet this session's got a red button. Now as soon as I refresh, we now have a red button and the text now says video text. So hot fixes during the day, very, very easy to do now, and you don't need to restart your servers, and you certainly don't need your users to go back to sign on again. So that concludes this video. Thank you very much for your